So we finally got the reveal of Venom's brand new Spider logo in Spider-Man 2. And now there's been a lot of speculation as if we're actually going to be able to play as Venom in Spider-Man 2, and my theory is we won't. And the main reason for that is I believe that we should have something different other than this game. Let me explain. Obviously the main characters and the main villains of this game is going to be Spider-Man and Peter, so Peter and Miles up against Craven and Venom, and possibly the Lizard at some point as well. But we have no idea if Venom is actually going to be a playable character. But my main kind of like thing would be about it is just say don't make him a playable character just yet. Focus on the main story of the game and actually just try and make it as good as possible. Because I don't really see making much point of making Venom playable if you're not going to flesh out the story enough to actually make an element in it where he actually could be playable. But obviously we have seen Ultimate Spider-Man do this pretty well, but obviously there wasn't many great playable switching sides kind of things in video games back in those days, so it kind of made sense to that game and how good that played off in that game. But it's 2023, we want to try and do something a little bit different, and I think they could definitely add something else onto the Spider-Man 2 game rather than just making it like, oh yeah, play as Venom in the story, which I think we should actually resort to a DLC rather than actually trying to play as him in the main game. Having a DLC besides the story would actually flesh out more of the character and allow us to see more of like whoever this Venom may be in this universe, and seeing what he actually could be outside of this, or even after the game, or even what, depending on what happens to him, or even it could be a prequel to the game. Making a Venom DLC would be something so much different than what we've ever seen before, and make it more unique and tie into Insomniac's more unique style with these games. And by saying that we should have a Venom DLC and Craven could have a DLC, I'm not really technically saying that. I'm saying that if we do indeed play as Venom, I wouldn't suggest like making him a playable character right away. I'd wait till a little bit later, or maybe like an additional unlock to maybe some more missions we have to complete within the game, or even just adding him to the DLC, which I said, because I think the DLC would flesh the character out way more than what it would actually want to be in the story, because we might not see much of Venom in the story. We might see him doing some side rants, fighting Spider-Man and Miles, so Peter and Miles, but honestly I don't really see them going all the way out with Venom being playable, because I don't really know what they would be able to have him playable in, or in certain story missions as well. I don't know how the hell they were going to be able to do that. But anyway, I generally think in a positive outlight, I think we should have a Venom DLC tied into this game. Possibly it'll come in November or December, but honestly I think this would be such a good idea for Insomniac to branch out and show more of these characters within the universe, because it gives us a bigger idea on where this Venom comes from, and depending who the Venom is, I'm sure it'll come down in the end to see who we're going to see behind the Venom suit in this game, and it's going to be pretty awesome, I can't lie. And Insomniac, if you need any help with doing this DLC storyline for Venom, sign me up.